Well, friends, once again I welcome you on this virtual platform. Friends, I taught you lecture number one, uh, splitting of energy levels. And I said that the splitting of energy level takes place because of the electron wave mechanical coupling. So I have explained you the case about a sodium atom, and we have discussed the interaction of 3s electron, and we have discussed the wave mechanical coupling of 3s electron for a given sodium crystal. And because of this wave mechanical coupling, there is a change in wavelength, and change in wavelength causes change in energy, and ultimately you get a splitting of energy levels. And you see that the width of the band, that is the spread in energy, that is the difference in energy. Difference in energy means energy of the topmost level, E2, minus energy of the lowest level, E1. E2 minus E1, which I consider as delta E, which depends upon strength of coupling. And strength of coupling depends upon distance between the nuclei. So when you have a sodium crystal, distance between the nuclei are constant. And this is a natural distance between the two nuclei, which we referred as a lattice constant. So it is always fixed for a sodium crystal, or for any crystal, I would say, sodium, potassium, rubidium. So E2 minus E1, that is delta E, will be always fixed for a given crystal. And this width, delta E, depends upon the strength of coupling. The number of energy levels in a given band depends upon the number of electrons. That means I would say that the number of energy levels in a given band depends upon the size of a crystal. But E2 minus E1 delta E does not depend upon the size of a crystal, but number of energy levels in energy band is depending upon the size of crystal. And I gave you the example that if you take a 1 cc of crystal, there would be 10 raised to 22 energy levels, because atomic density is 10 raised to 22. Right? So there are 10 raised to 22 energy levels. So there are these energy levels are so close to each other, so it forms a band. Now you see, if you consider a crystal of size 100 cc, then the number of energy level in a given band will be 100 into 10 raised to 22. Very large. So the spread in energy E2 minus E1 depends upon the wave mechanical coupling, that is the strength of coupling. But number of energy levels in a given band depends upon the size of a crystal. So I would say that number of energy levels per unit volume will remain constant. Number of energy levels per unit volume remain constant. And this is basically giving you the justification of your Pauli exclusion principle. And we have explained this splitting of energy level because of the Pauli exclusion principle. So friends, you can see here there is a splitting of energy level 3s, there is a splitting of energy level 2p, but the splitting of energy level 2p, you see that is very small, that bit is very small, because the coupling is weak in that case. Because these 2p electrons are not tightly bound, but they are associated with their parent nucleus, while these 3s electrons are are free electrons. They are valence electrons. They are moving freely. These are the electrons are playing important part in conduction. So when you pass a current through a crystal, so these are the electrons which will conduct. Yeah. So these are the electrons which plays in a conduction. And now, once you understand the formation of energy band, the splitting of energy band, one can understand the formation of energy band in the case of a conductor. And because of the splitting of energy level, there is a possibility that the band widens. And because the band widens, you have overlapping of the energy bands. So there is a overlapping of 2p band, 3s bands, and let us understand how they overlap each other. So in order to understand the overlapping of the energy band, I would like to take the case of a crystal, let us say copper crystal I have considered. This copper is an atomic number of copper is 29. So if you see its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 3d. This quantum state is completely filled. There are 10 quantum states that's completely filled. 4s is having a 2 quantum state. There are, you can accommodate 2 electron here. So 4s quantum state is partially filled because the quantum capacity is 2 and there is only one electron. This 4s electron is not at all tightly bound. This 4s electron is very loose, I mean say it is loosely bound. I would say that this electron is considered as a free electron. It's a valence electron. This electron is moving throughout the crystal, in interior of the crystal. And this electron plays an important part in conduction. So now when you form a copper crystal, metallic copper crystal, so you are basically bringing all the copper atoms closer to each other and you are forming a lattice structure and you want to form a crystal. So let us consider that when you change the distance between the two atoms, consider your one atom is kept at this point. Suppose this is my cursor, where you can suppose this distance is A. And let us say their point is A, where I kept one atom is here. And the other atom I'm bringing from a large distance. Let us say I'm bringing from infinity, from these directions. So I'm bringing my atom from a large distance, and when I start reducing the distance, you see when the distance is at A4, interatomic distance is A4 angstrom, you will see that the uppermost level, that is the 4p level. 4p level I have not because there is no electron. There is a splitting of 4p. Let us understand what about the 4s quantum state, because 4s quantum state is partially filled, and you can see that the 4s level starts splitting at a distance a4. No, sorry, I'm sorry, it is splitting at a distance a3. And once you have a splitting, you see it widens here. So this is a splitting. As you are reducing the distance, the 4s level widens here. You see this is the splitting of 4s energy level, and it is occurring at a distance a3. Now you look at your band 3D, which is completely filled. So these 3D bands start splitting at a distance a2, where a2 is less than a3. Okay, so that now you can see that this distance at a2, your band 3D starts splitting. So the problem is that when you reduce the distance between the two atoms, and if you keep a distance, a natural distance a0, which is considered as a lattice constant, which is fixed in a crystal. Every crystal is characterized by its lattice constant, which is basically measuring the distance between the two nearest neighbor. So this a0, you cannot reduce less than a0. So you see, so when the distance between the two atoms is is of the order of lattice constant a0, all the bands overlap here. Bands are so widened that they overlap each other. So you have a overlapping of 3D, overlapping of 4S, overlapping of 4P. And this is happening in the case of metal. And you will study further that in case of a metal, the conduction band and the valence band overlap each other. I will describe what is a valence band, what is a conduction band when we study the energy band diagram for a semiconductors. So in case of a metal, that means the good conductors, the bands overlap each other. There is no band gap. So there is no formation of a forbidden band. I will explain you forbidden band also. So here you please try to understand that the 3D level is completely filled. So all the quantum states, because you can say that there are 10 quantum states per one atom. There are 10 quantum states per one atom, and they are completely filled. Correct? But well above the 3D, you have a 4S states, which is not completely filled. It's partially filled. So these 4S energy level, these 4S energy levels, some of them are filled, and the remaining energy levels are empty because per atom there is one vacancy. Okay, so here you can see that there is overlapping, that you see the upper edge of this is the upper edge of 3D band, and this is the 4S. So that you see at this point, at demarcation, there is a overlapping between 3D and 4S. So 3D is completely filled and 4S is partially filled. So this is the picture which is basically giving you an idea of a formation of energy band, and they are overlapping. And because of this overlapping, you do not find the formation of the band gap. So here you please mention, you see this is basically representing the 3D energy levels. This is representing the 4S energy levels, and this is 4B, but they are all overlap each other. This is overlapping. 4S is overlapping. This 4S overlapping each other. So friend, this is an example for a conductor. You may have a gold, silver, copper, and when you study its energy band diagram, you will get picture similar to like this. But if you have a material which is neither a good conductor nor a good insulator, it is like a semiconductor. Then in case of a semiconductor, you will see that because of the formation of the energy band, you will have a band gap also. So let us try to understand the case about energy band behavior for silicon. And you see, I have mentioned your silicon atom. Its atomic number is 14. It is a tetravalent material. So you have one S2, two S2, two P6, which are completely filled. Then you have three S2 and three P2. 3s2, basically, you know, 3s2 has a two quantum states, it is filled, but 3p2, 3p quantum state can accommodate, there are six quantum states. Out of six quantum states, only two quantum states are occupied. There are four quantum states per atoms are vacant. So now if you want to study the energy band behavior for a silicon, you let us start to understand that if you reduces the distance between the two atoms, this axis is representing the distance axis, which is measured in terms of angstrom. It is basically known as the interatomic distance. This is between the two atoms. Here you consider one atom is, suppose that is here, let's say relatively, and the other atom you are bringing closer, and you are bringing from, let's say, at a large distance, let's say infinity. So when you're bringing the distance, as you are reducing, see this my cursor, and I'm reducing the distance. As I move along this direction, the distance is reduces. You look at that when a distance is almost of the order of 6 times the lambda is constant. 6 times the lambda is constant. You see your energy level 3p, which is your mentioned here, as well as you see the energy level 3s. Your 3p level, which starts splitting at almost at a distance of 4 lattice constant here, and it splits here. So there is a widening here, and you can see the 3p level starts splitting, and the splitting is because of the electron wave mechanical coupling. Look at your level 3s. Your level 3s starts splitting at somewhere around this distance, and you can see after the splitting there is a broadening here, there is a widening of energy band. They overlap at point C. They overlap at a point C here. At a point C, the distance is a natural distance between the two silicon atoms, and this is known as the lattice constants. So when the distance between the two interatomic distance is of the order of lattice constant, the band overlap, they simply intersect, and then as you reduces the distance, then you see because of that there is a separation. They do not overlap, but both the bands are separated here. They're moving away from each other. Look at this. So let us try to understand. If the interatomic distance is greater than the distance C means lattice constants, you will see that for 3p states, for 3p energy level, there will be 2 quantum states per atom which will be occupied by the electron, because it is 3p2. So for the case of 3p, 2 quantum states per atom are filled. So here I have mentioned, you look at the shaded part, which represent that 2 quantum states per atoms are filled. The remaining quantum states, because you can see there's 3p6, there are per atom, the 3p per atom, there are 6 quantum states. If there are n atom, there are 6 n quantum states. So please remember this. So the remaining quantum states are empty. Look at this. Now please remember, in the case of 3s quantum state, 3s quantum state is completely occupied because 3s2, right? It is completely occupied. So for each atom, you can accommodate 2 electrons. There are 2 quantum states. So 2 quantum states per atoms are filled if the distance is greater than C. So if the distance is greater than C, you have a 2 quantum states per atoms are filled for 3p, and you have 2 quantum states per atom are filled for 3s. But if the interatomic distance is reduced, and if it is suppose less than the natural distance, then you will see here, because there are 3p, there are 6 quantum states. Out of 6, 2 are already filled. So there will be a 4 quantum state per atoms are empty. So here you will get there are 4 quantum states per atom, which I have mentioned here. 4 quantum states per atoms are empty here. Look at this. And now look at the lower case for 3s here, because you see, since there is a overlapping of 3p and 3s, please remember this is the overlapping of 3p and 3s. What you will see, 2 quantum states that is occupied per atom of 3s, and 2 quantum state here, these 2 quantum states occupied by electron per atom will give you 4 quantum states per atom, which is free. So I would say that 4 quantum states per atoms are empty when the distance is less than c. Similarly, 4 quantum states per atom are filled. Once again, I am repeating, if the interatomic distance is less than the distance which is mentioned at C, which is A0, that is a lattice constant, you will find 4 quantum states per atom is empty, as that is for about the 3p case, 3p states. And here 4 quantum states per atoms are filled because there is an overlapping of 2 quantum state of 3s and 2 quantum state of 3p. That's why 2 quantum states of 3s and 2 quantum state of 3p in all gives you 4 quantum states per atom, and they are filled. So you see, as you reduce the distance, both the bands do not, you see, there is a separations, right? They move oppose. I mean, say that I would say that they are moving away from each other. You see, so there is a gap between the 3s level and 3p level. I would say here, this gap is known as band gap. I would say that no electron will have energy which is represented by the forbidden energy band gap. So your electron cannot possess this energy. That is, suppose if you write down this energy is E1, this point, if you write this energy is E2, so you have energy E2 minus E1 is equal to 1.12 electron volt. That is known as the band gap energy. It is known as a forbidden band gap. I will explain you the formation of forbidden band gap when we understand collective behavior. I said that to understand the band structure in solid, there are two models which we have discussed in first lecture. The first model is atomistic approach. The other approach is a collective approach. So when we study the collective approach, when we consider the electron in solid as is considered as a free electron gas, and when this free electron gas is moving in the field produced by the nuclei of a crystal, this field that is known as the periodic potential, there is an array of atoms. This array of atoms produces periodic potential. This potential is repeating at a regular interval of time, which we will see. And in that potential, you have a electron gas because you consider a free electron. These electrons are moving in a crystal. So this electron, the cluster of electron, this valence electron which is moving in a crystal is considered as a gas. So it is a free electron gas. So we can consider this free electron gas is moving in the field of crystal potential. And this crystal potential will produce a perturbation in the motion of free electrons. And this perturbation will give you understanding in the formation of band gap, that is a forbidden band. We will see when we study the collective approach. So here you see this 3s band which is represented. You see this band which is I represented here. You can see this dotted line, the upper one, the lower one. This band is representing, is completely occupied. You see, it's because there are 4 quantum states per atom, completely occupied. And now you see there is a band gap, and you have a conduction band. In case of a conduction band, this is the band in which This band is playing very important part for conduction. So if you have the electron in that conduction band, this electron will take part in conductions here. So please remember that in case of a semiconductor, you have a existence of a band gap. So we will see how you obtain the band gap, why there is a band gap. We will see when we study the wave nature of electron. As I said that you have an electron which is considered as a wave nature, and we will see its wave function, and we will not write down the mathematics. I will give you a basic understanding that the electron wave, the electron is characterized by the wave, and this wave is characterized by wave function. So this we will study when we study the collective behavior. But now let us take the case. See, I explained the case about a conductor. I have explained the case regarding semiconductor, which I consider a silicon. If you have a germanium also, you will have the same picture. But the band gap will be less. It will be around 0.72 electron volt. So this forbidden gap, your no electron can possess the energy in this region. Okay, so if you have an electron, the allowed energy of the electron will be either in a valence band energy, or the possible values of energy will be either in a conduction band. So this we will understand when we study the energy versus K, that is the wave vector K EK diagram, where I will explain you the meaning of this. Now let us take the other case about the diamond, right, which we consider as an insulator, and you can see that band gap is very wide. Here I have considered the diamond. You have a 6 carbon 12. The atomic number of carbon is 6. So if you see its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So this 2p level can accommodate 6 electron. There are 6 quantum states per atom. So you can have 6 electron, but there is only 2 electron. So there is a vacancy here. So now when a diamond is formed, when it is formed naturally, you will see that this distance, which I have mentioned, is the interatomic distance, as I said. And as the interatomic distance is decreased, you will see that level 2p, which here I have mentioned, starts splitting at a distance of some distance. So 2p level, you please see that, try to understand 2p level, you have 6 quantum states available per atom. Please understand, per atom you have a 6 quantum state. If there are n atom, you have a 6 n quantum states. So out of 6 n quantum states, you have a 2p2 configuration. So 2n quantum states are completely occupied, and 4n quantum states are not occupied. Look at the 2s quantum state here. The 2s quantum state, the quantum capacity is 2. There are 2 quantum states per atom. If there are n atoms, so you have a 2n quantum states, right? So please remember, so as you reduces the distance between the atom, and if the interatomic distance is decreased, you see that 2s and 2p band overlaps, and after overlapping, there is again a separation between the two bands. You see both the bands are separated. You see here these 2p and 3, there is a, you see there is a widening, but they are separated here. And you see there is a band gap which you observe. So if you have an electron in an electronic, and if you calculate the energy of the energy of the electron either you will get in the region of valence band, or you may get its energy in the region of conduction band. But you will not find any value of energy which is lying in the region of band gap. So I mean to say that suppose the band gap energy is Eg. Suppose the band gap, suppose if I write down this point is A, here if you look at my cursor A, and if you suppose if I write down my, if this point is B, suppose at A, the energy, suppose the energy is say 5 electron. And suppose at the point B, the energy is 7 electron. Please try to understand this. So you will have a difference of energy. You can calculate this. My objective of this particular problem is to explain you that when you calculate the energy of electron in a solid, the electron energy in a solid have a discrete values of energy. So certain values of energy is not allowed. So which values are not allowed? So these values are not. So the values of energy which is lying in this forbidden band gap is not allowed. This you please remember. So now please remember that if you see that this is the natural distance r0. So you can see here that when I draw the energy band diagram for the carbon, you will see that in case of 2p energy level, there are 4n energy levels state, because there are 4 quantum states per atoms are empty. So there are n atoms, there are 4n quantum, 4n empty states are available, right? And look at about the at here you see I have mentioned 4n field quantum states because there is a overlapping here, and because of the overlapping you have 2n quantum states of 2s, and you have 2n quantum state of 2p. Because of this overlapping, 2n quantum state of 2s and 2n quantum state of 2p gives you 4n quantum states per at 4n quantum states, because 4 quantum states per atom. So this will be 4n quantum states are filled. So this band which I mentioned, this energy band, you look at this energy band. So all the energy bands are completely filled. And if you go the upper energy band, that is above the forbidden gap, right, you will see out of 6, 2n quantum states are occupied. So remaining 4n quantum states are empty. So you will see that in this particular case, you have 4n quantum states are empty and 4n quantum states are filled. And you see that is the existence of a forbidden band gap. So this energy band is giving you the physical significance of a forbidden band gap. So today I gave you the example of a conductor, insulator and a semiconductor, and I gave you the outline about the formation of the energy band, overlapping of energy band, and existence of the forbidden band gap. Now in lecture number 3 we will study the physics of forbidden band gap, valence band, the band which is completely filled. This band is considered as a valence band. This is a conduction band. You look at the previous diagram, which you will see here. The band which is completely filled for the silicon, this band, look at this band, is completely filled, is considered as a valence band. This is conduction band, and you have a forbidden gap. Of course, I will give you uh, the explanation about the formation of the valence band. Then we will see the forbidden gap formation and a conduction band formation. When you study the collective approach, when you study the interaction of a free electron gas with the crystal potential, and because the crystal potential produces the perturbation, and because of this perturbation the wave function of the electrons are disturbed, and because these wave functions are perturbed, we will have a perturbation in electron wave functions, and then that perturbation will give you a discontinuity in our energy versus wave number k diagram. Of course, right now you because we want to give you wave nature of electron, and because when electron is moving in a crystal, you have to consider there is a wave associated. So when a wave is moving, it is characterized by a wave vector. So when it is characterized by a wave vector we write vector k. So a electron is represented by a parameter, its energy and its wave vector k. So we will see next lecture ek diagram, energy versus wave vector k diagram, to understand the existence of forbidden band gap, to understand the formation of valence band and conduction band. I will stop here. Thank you very much.